WW Solo Trucker here, another trucking video. Right now, see, I've got a half a tank of fuel, but I am refueling. So you may wonder why would I think about fueling when I've already got a half a tank. Let's go ahead and get the other side started. Because that tank right there is probably about full. I'll set you down for a second and I'll continue to talk. Why am I fueling when I've already got a lot of fuel in the truck already? Well, the answer is, okay, I got the other side. See the cat scale over there? Well, I just picked up this load. I actually picked it up yesterday. And before I got done, I only had a couple hours left when I picked it up, so I just drove to the first truck stop that I came to, because there was no scale there, and my company requires that I use a cat scale, because the scales that the companies have where you pick up at, they most likely are not going to guarantee it, and the cat scale will guarantee the weight. They'll even go to court with you. If you get a ticket, they will go to court with you. As long as your equipment was working properly, they will go back and check their equipment. And if their equipment was right, oh, that is definitely full. They will go back and check their equipment at the scale site. As long as their equipment is correct, or if their equipment's messed up, they'll take the hit, you know, and get you off the hook, because that would not be your fault if the cat scales equipment was not correct. So, in wrapping this up, make sure I got my caps on. Let me go. I always double check the other side. So sometimes I forget this side over here. To recap, cap is on. To recap, if you pick up a really heavy load, like this one is like 43,000 pounds. So I'm definitely going to scale it. There's the scale over there. If you're not full of fuel, you need to fill up with fuel, because fuel is heavy in this truck. It's like 7 pounds per gallon of fuel. There's a fuel tank right there. And I've got over 200 gallons of fuel, so that's a lot of weight. So if you go and scale and you got a load that's, say this load was 46,000. I've had some 46,000 pound loads. That's getting up to the very top of your weight capability. Say if this load had been 46,000 pounds, and the paperwork said that, but they had actually put more on there, overloaded you, but you didn't realize it because it was a dropping hook, and you just went and picked it up. And it's hard to tell when you're driving. You know, these new trucks, man, they got a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque. So it's hard to tell if you're over, you know, and they overload you. You go to the scale, you've only got a quarter tank of fuel or eighth of a tank of fuel. You say, oh, I'll go get some fuel after I get down the roadway. Because you go a long ways on fuel, on a quarter tank of fuel or eighth tank of fuel. You go 200 miles. So you say, well, I'll just wait till I get, 50 miles, 100 miles down the road. It's my favorite place to stop. I'll stop there. You go to the scale, you weigh, you're okay. You take off, you get to a weight station. I mean, you take off, you go to your fuel stop, you fuel up. You've already scaled, so you didn't think about scaling with a full tank of fuel. You get down the road again, you got full tanks of fuel, you're overloaded, you get to the weigh station, you get a ticket for being overloaded. So, anytime you pick up a heavy load, if it's over 40,000 pounds, fuel up completely. Fill them tanks with fuel all the way up, because like I said, a gallon of fuel is it's like 7 or 8 pounds. And you know, some of these trucks have even bigger tanks than this. This, like I said, I got almost 300 gallons. There's another tank over there. It's got 125 gallons for each tank, so that's 250 gallons. When I drove to US Express, we had 150 gallon tanks, and I've seen some of these big trucks that got, you know, 4 of these tanks on, got 400, 500, 600 gallons. That's a lot of weight. So just another tip, which I know I've talked about scaling quite a bit, but it's pretty important that you do all of these things. WW Solo Trucker out.